Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm doing this olive green festive sparkly look that I wore to my work Christmas party. Hopefully you enjoy it. So if you want to know how I created this look, just keep watching. I'm going to prime my lids. I'm using the Urban Decay Primer Potion in Eden. I personally like it to be quite a thin layer of primer. I don't like it to be really thick and gluggy. So I'm just using the Ben Nye Neutral Set translucent powder just to very lightly set the upper part of my lid, just so I get a good blend up there, because I'm using greens which are a little bit tricky to blend. I do like to leave the lid a little bit sticky though, because I'm going to be putting some kind of shimmery and like metallic shades on there, and I want them to stick really well. So now, using the Kat Von D 10-year anniversary palette, I'm going to go into this kind of olivey shade. I don't know if it's focusing, on a fluffy brush. This is the Zoeva 228, and just put it into the crease. This kind of colour always looks really messy to start with too. And I find it never really looks quite right until you put a shimmer on top. So don't panic. Kind of blending it into the outer corner, but also swooshing it out a little bit. Now I've got that olivey colour down, just getting the excess product off my brush. I'm just going to grab a little bit of this shade just to blend it out. And I'm using a really light pressure just along the edge. I don't want to deposit a lot of that colour. I'm pretty much just using it to blend out, the green. I'm going to go into this little pineapple palette from Too Faced. I'm just going to pick up this brown, and I'm just going to pack this onto the outer corner. Just to add a bit of depth, basically. I feel like people are getting sick of watching me do green looks, but I just can't stop. I'm obsessed with green at the moment. I'm just going to blend that brown into the green. I picked up a tiny bit more of the olivey green on my brush. Just blend over it. I'm going to pick up that green colour. It's like a bronzy green shift. And I'm going to pack this on the outer half of the lid-ish. What I really like about it too is if you pack it on top of like darker colours, it brings out the green a lot more. But if I put it on my lid here, where there's like no colour underneath it, it looks a lot more like goldy bronze. So I think that's pretty cool. Just gonna blend out the edge. This is the fun part. I'm using this Flash Fix Pearl Pigment Packed. It's just a pressed pigment from Beauty People. I think it's a Korean brand. It's just like a pressed, it's kind of in between a pigment and a glitter. So I'm actually just going to use my finger. I find these do have quite a bit of fallout. But yeah, I just like to press it on. They feel quite wet. Like they definitely have some kind of emollient in them. But yeah, just pressing it all over. And I'm actually pressing it kind of up above the crease and all the way out. once I've got barely any product on my finger, because I just want that sparkle to like catch the light on like my whole eyelid. So I'm packing it on the front, quite thick, so it looks really metallic there. And then with the excess on my finger, just pressing it over. I'm just going in with a brown pencil. This is Whiskey from Urban Decay. And tight line, just the top. And I'm just going to pick up this really dark brown. And I'm actually just going to pat back over that outer half with the green. Just so I don't lose that green to the gold. I really want both. Now I'm just going to do a really thin line with the Mecca Max Wink Ink. Now for the bottom, I'm just going to grab this Chanel Precision Eye Definer. It's just an eye crayon. It's like an olive green colour. Now I'm going to line the waterline and the lower lash line with it. So I'm just kind of wiggling it in between the lashes. And then just under here to connect. Now I'm just going to smudge it out with my little shady brush. It's got a bit of that green on it still. So I'm just going to prime with the Mecca Cosmetica Soft Focus Smoothing Primer. It's like a gel. The texture is probably halfway between like one of those hydrating gel primers and a smoothing like silicone primer. Stila, Stay All Day, foundation, discontinued, don't know why, it's really good. And then I'm going to go in with the Urban Decay Naked Skin Peach Corrector, just here, and that really dark bit, make it really blue. And I'm going to use this like little double-ended Sephora brush. Going in with this Morphe sponge that I despise and making sure I don't have too much excess there because I don't want to ruin my under eyes like the shadow I've done. It's just really hard, like it's squishy but it's so dense that I can't even like get it squishy enough to go under my eye comfortably. Like if I squish it down really hard it just goes like a rock. Shape Tape, Fair Light Neutral. Basically my whole face. Get that brush to get into the little nooks. About to get interrupted. Yeah. Same powder. So I just went ahead and did my brows while I was waiting for my battery to charge. Now I'm just going to sweep away whatever powder is left. Now I'm going to go in with the Too Faced Milk Chocolate Bronzer. And I'm using this Revlon brush, which I actually quite like. It's nice because it just kind of hugs the cheek. So I'm just going to use that to bronze a little bit. Kind of bronze and contour together. I don't really do like a heavy contour usually. Just to add a bit of colour back in to my pasty face. Switching back to my little raggedy old brush that I love. Does anyone else have those brushes where it was like a really cheap brush that you found like 10 years ago but you love it? Even though it sheds everywhere, I still use it like every day. I'm actually just going to go over that with the Hourglass Radiant Bronze Light. Just for a bit more like a warmth and glow. Just all over the cheek. And for blush, I'm using the Clinique Cheek Pop in Ginger Pop. This is super bright, so I use quite a light hand with it. Like I'm not really putting much pressure on, although I do love blush. So I like to go quite far into the cheek, like I like to go kind of all over. For highlight, I'm using Amrezy from Anastasia. Just the best highlight ever. Make sure I highlight those pimples up here. A little bit just in the center there. My teeny tiny Marc Jacobs smudge brush. I love this brush too. I use it all the time for like little detail things, like the brow bone and inner corner, but it's also really good for lips because it's very, like it's not very soft, it's quite dense. Really, really good lip brush. Even though I think it's meant to be for smudging eyeshadow or something, but that's fine. For my inner corner highlight, I'm going to use the Inglot Sparkling Dust. I don't know what shade this is, but it's like a light golden. Give that a little spritz. So pretty. Just gonna get that matte olive green from the beginning, and I'm just gonna blend out that bottom lash line. Mascara, I'm using NARS Climax. Now I'm gonna stick on the lashes that I wore to my Christmas party. So I just stuck my lashes on. I think they got flattened, so they're a little bit, how's it going? But we're gonna ignore that. Now for lips, I'm gonna do Spice lip liner from MAC. And the Hourglass Confessions lipstick in I Wish. I love the formula of these and the packaging, it's just beautiful. Just gonna pat it in. This is the finished look. I think it would be good for any Christmas party, or you could wear it for a Studio 54 theme like I did. I hope you guys enjoyed. Sorry I'm so awkward at this. I promise I'll get better. But thank you for watching. Bye. This is the worst part. How do I do this and not be awkward?